What up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Obnoxious Drew, aka Raider Drew, as of everybody else puts Raider before their first name. Pretty much I wanted to make this video about a few subjects, one of them being I just got an update today that the Oakland Raider cheerleaders, the Raiderettes, are suing the Raiders for underpaying them below minimum wage, including the fact that these cheerleaders have to travel with the team sometimes, and they have to pay for their flights and their calendar shoots, and they have to pay for etc, etc, etc. Yeah, how I feel about that? I go two ways on this one. I don't really know how much a cheerleader should be paid. I don't really look up into that shit. I don't really keep up with the salary of a cheerleader, but realistically, you shouldn't be paying anybody below minimum wage. It's illegal, and unless they're getting paid under the table, then that's a different story, but at the same time, that is illegal also. So I do not see what the big deal is of paying these cheerleaders their price, their legal price at that. You don't have to pay for anything else, but I mean, at least pay these girls minimum wage, because you are gonna fuck everything up again. It's something so simple like this that it shouldn't be ignored, and it's being ignored, and that's something we need to fix as soon as possible, because if we lose in court to this, and I say we because we all go through it, because we have to defend these motherfuckers and keep them relevant, and we're a losing franchise back to back, and the last thing we want is to be known as an organization that treats our employees like immigrants and somebody that's not an American citizen being paid under the table less than what they should be making. So that's just my opinion on that. Hopefully we can get that fixed, get these girls what they need, because that's bullshit. Come on, the NFL makes billions and billions of dollars, and people are losing dollars on fines, and you can pay these girls. You can pay these girls that. That's not right. They're sexy as fuck. They're Raiderettes. The name Raiderette goes a long way in the Raider Nation as well. So that's that. And another thing, Terrell Pryor fired his agent, and he rehired his previous agent before that one. And I looked into this guy. I read his biography and who he's worked with, and he's done some pretty good things. I don't know it word by word. I would have to look it up, and I don't feel like doing that, so I'm gonna just tell you what I can remember. He was Willis McGahee's agent. From what I read, he does big things for his agents, and he takes no shit. So hopefully this guy could change things around and make moves for Terrell Pryor. His last agent said some dumb remarks on the coach that made, you know what, I agree with it, because I mean, realistically, come on, Terrell Pryor had could have won some of those games that we went on an 8-game losing streak or whatever. I believe Terrell Pryor could have helped us win those games. But I mean, that's a different subject. And a lot of people like Matt McGloin. Kudos to you, my boys. But realistically, this dude is a backup. He's another Matt Liner. He's a Jake Locker. He could complete passes. But when that big game matters, when you're in that pressure as a quarterback, and you can't think past the pressure, and you're throwing interceptions against the best teams, and no, you're not a starter. And that goes for Terrell Pryor as well, because he shook under pressure. But they didn't give this guy a chance to develop. When you have that kind of speed, you got to develop that. He is 6'6". That's a blessing. And in a quarterback, 6'6", you can see over the line, you can see over the defenders, but he can't throw worth of shit under pressure as well. He always runs to the right, and he makes the same stupid mistakes. He doesn't pay attention to the play clock. So things like that should have been fixed, but they didn't give the guy a shot. Giving the guy a shot, playing a few games, that when you want a starting quarterback, you don't bench him, you let him play it out. And that's why I believe Mike Shanahan tried to get fired for benching RG3, because that's just something you don't do. This is your franchise quarterback. You don't bench him and make him look weak to the league if this is your franchise quarterback. So apparently Dennis Allen didn't see that in Terrell Pryor. Neither Matt McGloin, because he was fucking with him too. He didn't give none of his quarterbacks any confidence. So that's that. And Reggie McKenzie said, we repeated the same record this year as we did last year, but the difference is, we're not the same 4-12 team. Okay. So, we're not the same 4-12 team, but yet we had a better secondary. We had if Carson Palmer had Rod Streeter, wow, that would have helped us a lot. But I mean, last year you had a quarterback. Our defense was zero secondary. It's pretty much you upgraded your team and you had the same results. So I really don't. Last year I remember countless games we could have won, and we didn't because choke. You can't finish a fucking football game, and it was the same thing as last year to the same thing as this year. Well, I guess we have some more key players than we did last year, if that's how you want to look at it, but I didn't see no difference in the games besides we got blown out a shitloads of times. This 3 or 4 times is too much. Like, no. We didn't progress. We added to the team. We got some players that look like they have a bright future, but the coaching is the same. We blew games that we won. So yeah, I don't think we're a different team. Maybe next year we could sign some free agents and draft something, man. I'm to the point where I give up saying, get a quarterback. You know what? I changed my mind because I'm thinking about the future now. Because I would rather win consistently like the Patriots without cheating. Let me put that in. I don't want to cheat and win. I want us to be good every year. I want us to contend every year. So if we can draft a quarterback, maybe, but the only quarterback that I see that has potential to be something out of all these quarterbacks, and I hate to say it because this guy's Menzel. Boom, I said it. We need to get Menzel in there. He's a playmaker. He does things. I mean, if we could take Cloney, whatever, I don't give a shit right now. We're not gonna win without a quarterback. Our division it's getting too packed. I mean, none of our teams suck. None of the teams in our division sucks. So, I mean, honestly, if we could draft Menzel and maybe get Michael Vick on a 1-year contract, see what we could do with that. Really learn something, because I would like Bridgewater, but I don't know. Honestly, it's rare when somebody without a catchy last name makes it in the NFL for some reason. Am I wrong? I mean, you have to have that name. Rich Gannon. It's just catchy. Rich Gannon. Joe Montana. You got Kurt Warner. Like, it just has to be catchy. Teddy Bridgewater. I don't know. That's just a conspiracy theory of mine. But, I mean, I don't see none of these quarterbacks lasting as a starting quarterback. I don't see it. Like, a lot of people want to brag about arms and strength. None of that shit matters when it comes to the pressure that you get. Bless me, motherfuckers. Anyways, all that pressure and shit, it all changes once you're in the NFL. I mean, I like quarterbacks that come from those hard divisions, because they know real competition. They just get it. I mean, sometimes there's some exceptions, but I don't know. Look at Vince Young. Look at Matt Leinart. I can honestly, now that I said Vince Young, I honestly think it's the same thing Vince Young went through in Tennessee with his head coach is the same thing Terrell Pryor is going to go through with Dennis Allen. It's just once the coach has a coach can ruin everything for a player. You know, they could just put labels on you and just fuck up your career. So that's that. I'm sniffing a lot. I'm kind of sick. I just wanted to get some of those things off my chest. Not much is really going on. I'm patiently waiting for free agency to start. I'm over this shit. Did you guys see the Seattle game? That shit was crazy. And you know what, Raider Nation? I don't ever want to hear a 40 whiner fan ever bitch about get over it. It's the fucking Tuck rule. Get over it. It happened 12 years ago. They're going to be bitching about that call where Bowman tore his ACL, and though he picked the ball, he pretty much like stripped it and intercepted the ball, landed in his hands, broke his leg on the floor. The ball is still in his hands, and what happens? They give it back to Seattle, and what happens? The game is done, motherfuckers. And now we will never hear, we got robbed. Eat a dick, Niner fans. You guys can shove that shit up your motherfucking ass, Holmes. And what else? What else am I talking about? Denver, what Patriots ass? I knew it was going to happen. I had this shit on paper. I predicted the Seahawks and Broncos to win it when it all started. I do honestly think if Russell Wilson could play great, and he has to play great, Seattle's going to take it. They're going to put Peyton Manning under pressure. They're going to reveal his weakness, and they're going to... Richard Sherman's just going to be all up in that ass, and then he's going to shake Champ Bailey's hand, and that's going to be the Super Bowl, baby. Seattle. I want Seattle to win more than anybody because in the playoffs, because all of our fucking rivals are in the playoffs. NFC, AFC, that's how big the Raiders are. We have that many rivals. I just want to make that clear. We fucking hate the Patriots. We hate the Broncos. We hate the Chargers. We hate the Niners. Man, it just goes on because we were that team, and we're gonna be there one day, Raider Nation. Just give it some time. So I just wanted to make a quick video about that, just express some things. If you guys have anything to talk about, you guys want me to make a video or give my opinion on anything, shit, tell me. You know me, I like to keep it 100%, Raider Nation. Follow me on Twitter. My link is in the thing on top. You press that little bird shit right there. Follow me, hit me up, share some love, like, subscribe. Anything else happens, I'm gonna just come up here and just give my opinion like I always do because I don't have any Raider friends. Alright, Raider Nation, deuces.